Over the next 30 days, I'm gonna be practicing hockey to hopefully improve myself. The catch is, I'm not very good at hockey. I sometimes still fall over. I can't stop on my left side. So here's to practicing and hopefully not being as bad by the end of this. Growing up, I never played ice hockey. I'd public skate, go on field trips, go to my local arena to skate, road hockey even, but never stick and puck on ice. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for today. That was a good session. Many of the other sports that I've played, I put years of experience into it, thus, I'm comfortable and happy with the level that I'm at. Executing that, on the other hand, can sometimes be an issue. With hockey, I really didn't have that growing up, so I realized this is my time to really get as good as I can. And I'm at a time in my life where, certain friends, certain family members play this sport, ice hockey, and I just felt like I needed to get better at it. For their sake, obviously, but more importantly, I think my sake. I think that first day was arguably one of the worst days of my life. Guys, I forgot my pants. Like showing up with a camera to a stick and puck, setting it up in different positions, bringing it around the ice, the stands, talking to yourself, already embarrassing enough. Now imagine doing that with shorts on. Shorts. Oh my God, I can't, I gotta go home. I'm gonna have to play in shorts. How did I bring everything else and I forgot pants? Oh my God. Looking back on it now, absolutely hilarious, but when I was there in the moment, I was embarrassed beyond belief. I can't even begin to describe it. I contemplated going home so I just didn't have to show my face. I would have restarted the video. It could have started the next day. No big deal. Nobody would have ever known. But I think there was part of me saying this is your game that you want to work on. And if you're pushing it back today, who's to say you won't do it again the next day and the next day? And it just slowly snowballs and then I don't improve where I want to. We're gonna do it with shorts. Screw it. What do other people think about me? Don't care. I'm gonna wear a helmet anyway. Protect my face. People won't remember me. I literally Googled if it's embarrassing wearing shorts to hockey and the results were mixed, so we'll see how this goes. And I didn't want to do that on the first day of the challenge, which is why I swallowed my pride and stepped on that ice. Shorts and all. Gotta work on these crossovers. A little bit of this, a little bit of zigs, a little bit of zag. So going into this, I knew that my foundational skills were kind of the things that I needed to work on. Proper skating, especially stopping on my left side. I feel super confident on my right side. On my left, not as much. I also knew my stick handles would definitely need work, because stick handles on ice and on road hockey, very, very different. And to be able to do that while stopping on your left, while skating, while crossing over, all these different things, it's just like piling stuff on top of each other, which I needed to figure out. And I missed. Which for me, someone who didn't grow up playing, is I think the hardest part. Trying to create a decent foundation in all these different categories and slowly putting them all together in the span of, a few years instead of your entire life. Right here, 5, yeah, there you go. No goalie in the world is stopping that one, except most of them. I hope you're enjoying this commentary. This is a new type of video for me, so a little intimidating, but we're giving it a whirl. I feel like I need to use more of my body when I go into it, because right now I feel like I'm just using my arms. Bend the knees, feel it. That was better. I don't like being bad at stuff, and being one of the weaker ones on the team, I think is tough. So this is for myself, to prove that I can do it, which is good. And obviously I think a large part of that comes from last winter, where it was my first season of ever playing recreational hockey. And although that skill range that we played in was roughly around my level, probably a little bit higher, I still felt like there was more that I could give. As crazy and as sad and maybe pathetic as it all sounds, I think I wanted to do this, especially because I don't like being bad at stuff. No stop, no stop. There you go, that was good. That was good. That's not that I was bad, I just wasn't as good as others, like other teammates or other opponents that we played, or even as good as I wanted to be. And as someone who's played sports their entire life, very athletic their entire life, having that leg down on something where, you think you can translate stuff pretty well is kind of a hit to the heart. Oh no, I missed the puck. I can control the puck pretty decent when I'm looking at it. The unfortunate thing is, as I've realized during the season that I played, I don't have much time to just look at it. Now I should be able to push to the side, this side. Now we do long. I saw this in a YouTube video. People said, warm up your hands like this. Oh, shit. Some people's warm up is my actual practice. Side by side, I lost the puck. I think the craziest part about that first season, we started the season losing like 6 out of 7 games. But by the end of it, we were able to make the Cinderella story happen and won. And I think a lot of people would look at that and say, hey, like we won, let's just run it back again, change nothing, and we'll move. That's not me. The season ended, and yes, I was happy we celebrated our victory, but I knew that there were certain parts in my game that I needed to improve and that the gap was too big compared to other people. But that meant I would have to start with a lot of the basics. Because as I said, I never grew up playing, so I missed out on all that foundational stuff that people who have been playing forever can do pretty much in their sleep. But for people like me, I gotta focus and really try to do it. What I really think the goal with this video, and for myself especially, is to just show myself that I can do it, I think. And that constant improvement, I think, will be a big step. It's just getting really good at the little things will make the biggest difference. And when you're playing in the games, I find it hard to really work on the things that you need to work on. It's very much like learning by throwing you into a pool and just saying, sink or swim here. Guys, I remember pants this time. And I think that's great for the basics of it and understanding the mechanics and how line changes and everything like that works. And with my skill set, I think I really needed something to supplement my talent on the ice during games, because there I couldn't really practice the things that I needed to practice. Thus where the origin and the brainstorming of this challenge video, improving myself, really came to be. Okay, so I think the game plan for today is to really focus on those left side stops. I watched a few tutorials to kind of help hone in how to do it and how to practice it more. So I'm gonna practice a few of those. And then today we're gonna work a little bit more on stick handling. I brought another puck or two to see if I can do a little bit of both and mix it in with the skating, but really focus on those two things today. Mainly working on getting that rotation and feeling comfortable going this way. My body should be this way. Now we're gonna try some, I believe these were like stride motions. So I'm gonna go stride in and stop input, stride. If I wipe out, I apologize. Oh. Between the skates, keep that head up, looking directly at that camera and you beautiful people. If I need to poke down starting looking down. Once I feel comfortable with the motion, I'm gonna look up. If I need to look down every now and again using my peripheral, that's okay. I just can't keep my head down just in case, you know, a hit, bodies, an open player opens up. I need to be able to look around and kind of see everything like that. Hold it. Shit. Short. Perfecting the skills here, but then being able to transition them into fast motion is going to be tough. And feeling more comfortable with it that I can transition it to a game time, I feel like that's going to be the move. But man, hockey is such a tough sport, and the more I practice it, the more I realize how difficult it really is. And kudos to all those that do it and do it well, because it's tough. It's really tough. That's why we're here, to get better, to practice, and you gotta be willing to put the effort in to do that, so let's do it. I won't lie to you, some days I don't want to come and practice because I'm just too tired. I've already gone to the gym, already did some other sort of activity, and I don't want to do it, but If you want to get better at something, you got to do it. Were there ever points where I thought it was discouraging? Like, was there ever not a point? Like, why am I spending an hour, hour and a half of my day to be on an ice working on something that I know I'll never get like super, super good at? I think it's that Albert Einstein quote about insanity where he says, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And there were certain days where I felt exactly that. Keep looking at me. Oh yeah. Shit! But I think the funny thing is you don't really realize how much of a difference that makes if you are to push through it until the next day or the next week or whatever. Because it wasn't really until the next session where I would say, oh, like I feel a little more confident stopping on my lat, or that stick handle just got easier, or this crossover with a stick handle is now getting easier. Hockey is a tough sport. Hockey is a very tough sport. There's that crazy stat that says like if you just practice every single day and get 1% better every single day, by the end of the year you're like 35 to 40% better at what you're trying to do. We're feeling good today. Let's get a good session in. I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it. That was a snipe. I absolutely sniped at the bottom corner. I got the whole ice to myself today. This is nice. But it just takes time, 20, 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, whatever you have to spend, do it. Woo! Because I promise you a couple things. One, I think you may hate yourself while doing it, but two, you will also hate yourself if you don't continue doing it. And when you see the progress that you've gained, I think it will all make sense and be worth it, even if it is just a little bit at a time. I can't be skating straight. I gotta be comfortable moving around. Always look up, always look up. Am I where I want to be yet? No. I think this challenge to myself was a great foundation to start, to show to myself that I can do it, and to hopefully lay good enough ground that I can continue moving forward from here. So finding my comfortability here in a completely empty rink is the best way to do it. And then hopefully it translates to proper games and, you know, more people on the ice. As an animator rat once said, anyone can cook, and I think that truly is the case for anything really. Anyone can play hockey, anyone can play soccer, anyone can learn a new language, anyone can learn how to drive. You just have to put the time, effort, and passion into it. And be okay with failing at first, and being okay with failing multiple times like I did. But sticking it out through that, because you know on the other side of it, even at every single day, if 1% is all it is, 1% adds up over time. And that's something that I'm learning to figure out myself, even though I still hate being bad at stuff. So here's to getting 1% better at whatever it is you want to do every single day. Because trust me, it makes a difference.